It seems like we can't escape the reality in which celebrities or famous figures do something and we, as a group of people, don't like it and hyperfixate on it. And today I'm going to contribute to that phenomenon, but in a short and concise manner so that you guys can learn what the fuck is going on. And of course, I'm talking about Doja Cat. If you guys didn't know, recently Doja Cat has decided to bring up some of the issues she's been having with her fans, commenting here that she shouldn't have a fan base with the name Kittens, and if you're naming yourselves that, go fuck yourself. Basically, that's the story. And now this wasn't just out of nowhere. There was some sort of provocation, of course, and in this situation, Doja Cat's boyfriend, who's a streamer and a comedian, had been accused for some emotional and physical potential physical abuse. Um, I'm not gonna really dive into that stuff because I'm not fully aware about what he's done, and it could have been very very bad. That is her current love interest. No longer speculation; it's quite obvious now. He's even named her boyfriend on Twitter. Um, but fans discovered about his past and they did not like it. And so they began to tell Doja at high rates that she should leave her current partner and that she was making a mistake and basically harassing her. And this is before any takes on the whole kittens thing came out from Doja. And I think this person has a very good point.
I think this situation perfectly sums up the state of social media today. While I do feel like Doja Cat does a lot of sketchy shit, and this with this guy is very fucking sketchy, y'all have to get rid of this obsession with holding people that you don't know accountable. Every story that has came out about her boyfriend, I believe it 110%. But if Doja Cat doesn't want to leave him, oh the fuck well. That's on her. That's something that she has to deal with. Stop streaming her music. If you bought tickets, see if you can resell them and just fall back. But y'all get online and y'all fucking harass people and y'all try to bully them into making a statement and it's like you're giving them more attention. Just fall the fuck back.
So yeah, of course, like you can't really tell people who they should date, right? I mean, you wouldn't go tell your friend that they're not allowed to date someone. You can judge them, you can comment, but when it gets to the levels of harassment, it kind of crosses a line. Especially if you don't know someone. You wouldn't walk up to a stranger and say, "Who's your significant other? Why are you dating them? You better stop doing it." That's only something you do if it's like a very close connection. And see, this is why people are bringing up the term parasocial in situation, at least in the beginning, because what's happening is fans of Doja Cat get this sort of connection to her over time. That's what parasocial means. They feel connected to Doja Cat. They feel like they know her personally and they look out for her and she looks out for them. And they want to help her and they view the situation as kind of like this cringe thing. Why would you date someone like this? Go find someone better. And see, that's just not their place. And it's dangerous. The parasocial lifestyle is very dangerous. And so, um, you know, you can't tell a celebrity or someone you don't know who to date. And so that gets under people's skins. It got under Doja's skin. And then she made a comment that completely flipped the script. Because while harassment is totally not acceptable, even if the person she's with is terrible. I mean, no one, I'm sure, knows the full story. And as things come out, you can make your own comments about the other person. Again, you can't really tell Doja what to do. She wasn't the one who made those mistakes. But see, Doja's reaction is where the whole situation gets changed. Because getting mad at your fan base for harassment is one thing, but getting mad at them for liking you and trying to connect with your music and you and appreciating you, that's a different thing. And see, Doja's crossed this line here. Now, this is a very good example of why, Doja is saying one thing, but her actions sort of portray another thing.
I mean, wait, so who made it? Wow. Okay, so something a little different. So, what was your inspiration for tonight? Be honest with me and go into detail.
So obviously, following the Doja Cat persona or fursona, I don't know. Is she a furry? Who knows? she was meowing, and that's weird. But moving past that, you know, that's being a cat, and that's her persona, and that's fine. Um, but like she did ask her fan base what they wanted to be called in a poll at some point. And a lot of these things are strategic, so maybe she really never liked it. But if you never really like something, then you can't really turn your back on it whenever you're feeling like your fans aren't supporting you. That just is not the way to handle things. Again, she did a one promotional tweet where she referred to her fans as kittens. I do think this is a promotional thing though, so it wasn't like super, this is Doja talking. Um, so this is her last tweet. She says, "Can't wait to go on tour. Love you guys. Feeling blessed." And she says, don't be a kitten. Don't join that fan club. But then she says comments, parasocial comments like, "Love you guys." Now that's not necessarily parasocial right off rip, but that comment can create parasocial feelings towards you. So there's a difference between love and appreciation. And Doja, I feel like she doesn't really know where this line is crossed, and I feel like her fans don't really know where they should be in the relationship either. And so it leaves a lot of them feeling confused, because on one hand she loves them, on one hand she had them pick the name out kittens. It's not the entire fan base who doesn't like her boyfriend and is harassing her about it, but it's a portion of it, and she reacts to that portion. So then the fan base that liked her no longer feels like she likes them. They feel alienated. The fan base that harassed her hopefully feels alienated, as they should. But there's just no way to identify a specific group, and that's why I think that in these situations you just have to get off the internet. And here we get a little look at the fact that you reap what you sow. Doja's lost 600,000 Instagram followers. Now, of 26, 27 million, that's not a lot. But 600,000 people is a lot. And that many people choosing to go to Instagram just to unfollow you says a lot. Because out of the people who are that agitated from the situation, there are probably triple, quadruple, maybe 5 times the amount of people who are angry at you and don't want to listen to your music anymore, but just don't care enough to go unfollow you on Instagram. And see, that's kind of the scary part about this. 600,000, that's a direct hit. It's the stealthy hit of those silent losses of fans that's really going to hit Doja. Additionally, I mean, the fan accounts that she had that were racking up views and suggesting people go watch shows and creating this culture around her, maybe parasocial, maybe not, are also deactivating themselves. Now, again, it's probably for the best in some of these situations where this parasocial relationship dies. I'm a little afraid for these individuals who are so obsessed with Doja. I kind of see themselves maybe moving on to another creator to find validation. I saw some tweets that were along the lines of, we don't support Doja anymore. We're going to Melanie Martinez, a very similar music producer, artist. But, I mean, again, for the best, maybe for the individual, but not for Doja's brand. This is not a very smart marketing decision. And maybe she doesn't care. Maybe she really doesn't care. But it's also just not nice at all. And some fans, while they deactivated their accounts, others tried to believe this wasn't the Doja they knew, which is definitely a stretch. I mean, if your life is based around a celebrity liking their fans or not, you need to go touch grass. I mean, get off Twitter, please. So here they say, please attention. Doja does love us, but she's playing the role of Scarlet. They're two different characters. In an interview, she said she apologized for what would happen later. She also said that she loved us before. Okay, I don't know any Doja lore beyond this, but this just doesn't seem like the case. She got mad at some of her fans for telling her she should dump her boyfriend, as any of us would. People don't like criticism. And especially when it revolves someone they love or like. I don't know if Doja's in love with her boyfriend yet, but I know that I would take it personally if someone attacked my significant other, and so of course she reacted this way. It doesn't get this deep. It's as simple as people were harassing her, as celebrities normally get harassed, and she reacted in a poor way. There's other ways to handle harassment than that, and one of the biggest ones is just getting the off your phone. So here's someone's take about parasocial relationships, and this is where it gets super complex. The situation isn't cutthroat. The situation isn't just dry like that, because she was getting harassed, and she has a right to not want to feel that way, as many celebrities do. But the solution is not being rude. I mean, she can do whatever she wants. It's whatever, but then you have to be willing to criticize her, and she's not very smart for alienating her fan base, and hopefully she is going to pay the consequences for that, and she already has by losing a bunch of Instagram followers. Um, Here's a little Colleen Ballinger clip, because I mean, she's really getting backlash for this, and although the situation is dying down at this point, I mean, she tanked a lot for seemingly no reason. So Doja's basically just chronically on the internet at this point. She's constantly going on Instagram Live. She's constantly unfollowing and blocking people who are harassing her, which is understandable, but you're on your phone too much. Like don't you have music to be making? So definitely, like, Doja in this situation, if you're somehow watching this video, please get off your phone. Um, it sucks that you're getting harassed. You don't have to keep dealing with it. You can just not give in. Anyway, last thing is just that you know the fan base took this to their heart, and people who really supported her in more ways than just watching her shows. People who made accounts that talked about her campaign and her music, and posted clips, have now deactivated themselves. I mean, that was free advertising, literally free advertising, just because people liked her. And I think that Doja would really benefit from realizing that not all of her fan base really cares about who she's dating. Those who do, and those who comment, those are bad fans, and you just don't have to give in. And this is a big thing that all celebrities should realize, really, is that once you get to a point of fame, there's going to be things out of your control. And here's what we need to realize as viewers, and I fall victim to these same problems. Famous people don't know who you are. Unless you've talked to them, they don't know who you are. So you have to give up on trying to be friends with them. At some point, it has to click in your brain that you're not going to meet them. I mean, the chances are very slim. And there's no point in creating this relationship. You can enjoy watching them, and you can enjoy their material, whether it be merch or music or videos. But delving into their personal life when they are not explicitly open about it is definitely weird. So stop doing that. And celebrities like Doja need to get off the internet. That's about all. Thanks.